All right, if you're here, you probably just saw us wrap up last year's Fantasy League, so I'll get right into it. We're starting the next one. It's Ryan, both Alexes, Brett, and Wyatt. We're all going to be in it this year. And oh boy, do I have some special rules for all of them.
Oh boy.
Special
Everyone here, I
rules.
believe, has noticed 2 unannounced game slots. We'll get to those later. The general rules of this, because Alex, you have not done this before, so I'm going to give you a rundown of how this is going to work. I'm going to hit a start drafting button. That button is then going to make this entire thing into draft mode, where we will each go in turns drafting games from a big list to fill out our list. As you know, this is just based on what review scores games get, based on their Open Critic score. At the end of the year, that will be the score that stands for any of these games. And that's how we're going to do the general rules. That's the basics of how this works. There's a couple multicolored slots here. Regular slots are for any and all games that aren't that meet the categories of eligibility here. There are a few things that do not are not eligible in this league, which is currently in early access. Games that have released internationally, games that are a remaster, games that are a director's cut, or games that are a port. The exception to this is if you see these colored categories at the bottom, you can choose one of those games here. So you have a flex slot, which will fit a partial remake, a game that's released internationally, a director's cut, or a remake. So any one of those can go in that slot. The next one is either you can treat it as a regular new game slot, or it can be an expansion pack for an existing game. And the one above that will be a flex slot for any game currently in early access, or a new game that you can pick from. So that's our special slot rules. At the end, we'll be picking a counter pick, which is a game that you expect will not review well or won't release this year. Those are the 2 categories you want to shoot for with counter picks. Today, we're going to be picking 10 games and 2 extra games. Those are our unannounced games. The unannounced games are going to be a dream and a nightmare. That is the theme of this league. A dream game, a thing that this is a game that you make up. It should be a thing that you could conceivably be made at some point, right? Like, to bring out something crazy, maybe Brett wants a Valkyrie Elysium sequel, right?
Whoa.
That's a dream.
Whoa.
Maybe a nightmare is just something insane. Maybe a nightmare is the next
Column 2.
Elder Scrolls 6 comes out and it's terrible, right? It's a game that you would be so hurt if it's bad, or just a game you don't want to get made. If it's a concept that you're just like, I don't want that. That's a nightmare. And those are going to be our last 2 picks that we'll throw into those categories. There might be some jank with this because this is fully something that this website is not intended to do, but I expect it to work. You can manually add games, and that's how we'll have to do the Dream and Nightmare, but those will be our last 2 picks. So just keep an eye on when you're picking. When you hit 10 games picked, the next 2 will be final ones, and that's your Dream and Nightmare. The blue slots are new game franchises, so that's just games that are not in an existing franchise. So you could not pick Call of Duty or something in that slot. It would need to be a new game. That said, I'm going to go ahead and hit the start drafting button. And the draft order, it's a snake draft based on the winners and losers of last year, basically. So the losers will get to pick first, and the winners will pick last. Our draft order is locked in. First of all, Alex, while you're getting ready to pick, let's go over all of our publishers that we've picked at the top. So Alex, why don't you introduce your publisher?
Me, Alex, since I'm going first?
Yeah, you, Alex. You're the first one.
All right. My username is Solid because that was mix-up the first year we did this. But my publisher this year is Crab Ranked Goons.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one.
Pretty high tier.
I think at least on my screen, I'm the next on the list. So I'm returning off of playing for intentionally to lose last year. This time I'm returning, I'm angry. I'm mad that I have to play Lightning Final Fantasy 2, 13, 2, whatever the hell.
Are you really?
So now I'm punished Venom Jafar. And notably this year, the league is named Double M Radio 4 Jafar Rising Revengeance. So I fully expect to suplex a train, maybe, or maybe a Metal Gear Rex, but at the same time, I think a
One of
train is a better
those.
fit. Alex, you're
Other
next.
Alex is next.
Okay, I'm next. I am Hello Kitty MS06S Shars Zaku 2, named after the Gundam model kit that I just finished.
Did you actually
As
get
it
a
should
Hello
be.
Kitty Charzaku
It was a
2?
birthday gift, yes.
That's incredible.
And I finished it.
That's
next day.
amazing.
It's a great. It's awesome.
Please send pics.
Okay.
So my name's Hug Team, which is a joke that's so funny that I have to explain it to every single person because
Those are the funniest kind of jokes, Wyatt. Ryan and I have been over this.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's funny because it's like Embracer Group, but it's Hug Team. Moving on.
Well, last and possibly least, we have almost 365 days to find out. I'm proudly Guagua Guaming, and I will be Guagua Guaming till the end of the fucking year.
What a guagua glamer.
Whatever you think that means to you, be careful, watch out, because I'm Guagua Guaming. You have to understand. Now, let's
Oh,
get this shit
perfect.
over with.
So much
I
excitement.
love that response.
I'm should I say
Yeah,
my
you
selection?
got to make
then?
your pick. You got to
all right.
talk us through your thought process here. What's your first pick? You were the
so
first choice
I'm-
in the league. Powerful.
My first pick, something that I'm incredibly excited for. That Ryan, you turned me on to a good bit ago. I have still yet to finish the first game, and I'm upset that Brett has the name for this publisher because it fits perfectly with the joke that that I am picking Dragon's Guagua 2.
Okay.
Alex, you've ruined my plans already.
It's Jover.
Uh-oh. Oh, wait.
What a
Dragon's
wonderful-
Guagua 2 is in a flex? Oh, yeah, because it's...
Because flex slots require something, you can move them around afterwards.
Ah, okay. Dragon's Guagua 2.
All right. So I'm the next pick here. Alex has taken what was originally my first pick, but that's okay because I came prepared. And I have a very good, strong second pick, I think, that all of you are going to be so angry that I've taken, which is
Worm.
Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth.
Mm.
Damn.
Yeah, you're right. I was gonna pick that one.
Yep, that was on my list too.
I do know your physical location.
It's absolutely my highest priority
Hey,
pick.
Alex, only you can insult and threaten me. How dare you? I feel like I'm cheated on.
Wyatt, I feel like it's time that we bring this up. I want an open threat relationship.
Well, we have to talk about this first.
I want to threaten other people.
All right,
Who's
Alex,
next?
this is your
All
first
right.
pick of the league.
Okay.
I just started getting them show up.
I'm gonna pick another one that a lot of people are excited for, but I think it's a little risky that it might not come out this year. I'm gonna pick Hades 2.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
bastard.
Spicy.
Bastard.
Spicy.
That is a power move. Risky although it may be, that is a power move.
Bastard.
Yeah, I'm
Yum.
thinking that's very likely to not come out this year.
Really?
I feel like it'll be in early access this year, but not come out.
Do
till
we
next year.
remember
gets a
how
review
long it
score.
was?
We do have an early access
Yeah.
slot.
Oh.
So
This
it
is
doesn't
true.
need the early access slot is for a game that's currently like right now is an early access. If you wanted to put one
Oh.
there,
Do we remember how long it was between Hades' announcement and it releasing at all?
well, that's the thing. It doesn't need to release. It just needs to get a score. So it is still eligible if it is in early access, as long as it gets a review score. But a lot of reviewers may not review it while it's in early access, and especially they may not give it a number score, which is what you
Yeah.
need for it to fill here. So I'd say that's a pretty safe pick to come out this year. It's just whether or not it will get a number score before the end of the year.
Speaking of risky picks, I picked this once. Didn't come out this year, but I feel a lot stronger that it's gonna come out this year. I'm going Hollow Knight Silk Song again.
I'll be
Why,
praying.
gotta
how
have it,
upset
actually.
would you be if this did not come
Yes.
out this year?
Another year.
Ryan, I would be the angriest person that Hollow Knight Silksong did not come out in the group of people who have never played the first one.
Wait, you haven't played the first one?
I've
Jeez.
played like an hour, and
Enough
I
to know that
enjoyed
it's
it,
very
but
good, but probably not your jam.
I played the first hour of it and I thought it was good. I have this thing with Metroidvanias where I get really into them for like the first 2 days, and then I like drop off really hard.
Is
for
this
no
not a
particular
pick that you would see yourself playing it when it released, or
I don't know. Maybe.
for the
I
first 2 hours
love
or
how
so?
non-committal you are.
Listen, I'm here to win. All right, I'm here to win.
You're gonna play ball.
Exactly.
All right, well, mine's super easy because it's right here. This is definitely going to be worth some points. I'm going to go with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Nice.
I don't know. I feel people might not love it compared to the first part. I don't know, but I don't know.
Dude, I'm so
I'm feeling
curious.
space about it.
Because I
They're
was
on a
between
roll.
picking that and Infinite Wealth, and I think Rebirth is either going to score incredibly highly, or it's gonna come out and people are not gonna care. I don't know
Oh.
what
Yeah,
it's
I
gonna
mean
be.
we'll see. Because that's the thing. It's a direct sequel, right, to a game that was pretty controversial when it first came out.
And we all
But I don't
know how people feel about Final Fantasy direct
And Brett,
sequels.
Snake Draft, you get the next pick as well.
I know, which means I get to be extra happy with my super crazy quick double whammy of February of Persona 3 Reload.
Nice.
Yeah, notably, this is
The-
why we're doing it this early, because these games are all coming out in the next.
I know
like,
that's
few
the thing,
months.
because I used this Google and something else I forget to make like my list of things to pick from, so I didn't just have all of my choices be like last minute things that I thought of while doing this now. But yeah, like you look at like if you go to the Wikipedia page for games in 2024, just where it like easily like lays everything out for you, like depending on like which month it's going to be releasing, like everything up until May is like packed relatively, and after that it's like one or two things a month until the end of the year. It's like it's pretty crazy, just the dichotomy of that.
Yep.
Stuff and then a drip
Um,
feed.
There's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
slipped into like pre-May this year from last year.
Exactly. And I guess that'll
Alrighty.
count as a remake, which is good because I don't have to think of another one.
Alrighty, looking down my list here. I'm gonna pick a game that one of you picked last year, so I'm gonna steal it from you because mostly because of the pedigree of the developer and everything we've seen so far. It's looking really good. I'm gonna pick Mina the Hollower.
Ooh.
Smart.
Ah.
I can't
I'm
wait
no
for
longer
that.
sure that
game's
game
gonna be
is
so
coming
good.
out this year either.
I don't know,
Are
but it's
you-
gonna be good when it
Are
does.
you know what? Before I hit anything, I'm just gonna look up Mina the Hollow.
Research.
I've got like 3 lists up here, and I'm like going through like what the hell is even coming out in 2024.
Feel like Hacker Man right now.
Actually, okay.
'Cause, I mean,
Apparently, it's
they're-
slated for
they're
releasing
showing
this
off-
month.
Ooh.
Okay.
What? Okay.
Okay, it actually hasn't released yet.
But no, actually, I didn't play a lot of Shovel Knight. I've heard really good things about it. 2D platformers aren't typically my thing, but this looks more up my alley.
Stretch out those horizons, Wyatt.
Old
The
school
art
Zelda-esque.
style. I like the old school Zelda nature of it. It's also very in terms of like aesthetic, I'd say it's very Castlevania-esque, which is very much up my
Absolutely.
alley. Good combination of
Castlevania,
like
don't you?
classic influences there.
Dude, which is
Good
bizarre because
pedigree for the
I picked that game
developer.
last year because I figured someone else in this group would have cared about it and known about it, but I realized none of us are really Shovel Knight people. So
No,
No,
yeah.
it's like hard as nails, like NES inspired platformers just are not my thing.
Yeah, I mean the only because I am interested in Eat the Hollower, but I'm not interested because it's the Shovel Knight devs. I'm just interested because it's a solid looking old school Zelda game. So
Yeah.
I mean, can't go wrong with those.
For my pick, is it coming up? Oh, there it is. I'm gonna make a sort of an odd pick here. I'm going to pick Nightingale.
What's that?
It's gonna be a new gaming franchise. It's
Is the crafty survival
yeah, it's like a
multiplayer?
multiplayer survival game. It looks sort of steampunky.
Yeah, I remember seeing trailers for it.
Oh,
Looks
right.
like it could be not that great, but I'm hopeful that it's good. And so I don't know that many new gaming franchises coming next year, so
Yeah.
Yeah, fill the slot
Oh,
while you
okay.
have it.
Okay, this is gonna sound really mean. This is that game that I'll see a trailer for, and then it'll kind of pique my interest, and then I'll realize that it's a survival crafting game, and then my
Yeah.
eyes
I
kind of
love
glaze
me
over.
a survival crafting game, in
That's
all
fair.
honesty, so I'm hoping this one's good because there's a lot of real mediocre ones out there.
And this one's had a lot of build up to it.
Yeah. I think I might pick more than one survival crafting game.
Fires exist, you know.
It's true.
All right. Now,
Jafar,
I've got a
time for you to
slot.
return.
I've got a slot I particularly want to fill here early because I know I want an expansion in here, and I know they're gonna go away very
Oh.
quickly.
Huh.
Oh, no.
Because there's not many games that are expansion games coming out. But Endwalker won me the first league that we did.
This
Mhm.
this is to
So-
be expected.
I am
I saw this
taking Dawn Trail. Absolutely, immediately Dawn Trail. Because
Yeah.
Dawn Trail just had their latest fan fest yesterday, and oh man, we thought we were in for one thing, and then all of a sudden they show Splatoon as a class, and then immediately they go, hey, there's tons of natural landscapes in this expansion, so here's a shot of our next one, and show just a cyberpunk city. And then they say, this is the new city for the expansion. I'm like, what? So I think we're in for something real special.
Into the Future.
And that is confirmed for summer also, right? So that's like a solid.
It is confirmed 2024. We don't know if it's summer or not.
Oh, okay.
I believe they said it was summer, but it's in the past Square Enix has slipped games. Though there was Yoshi P did do a dig at Square Enix, which of course he is an employee of for
Of course.
letting games get pushed past their release windows. He's like, it's gonna be in summer, we just don't have a date yet. So I'm curious. We'll see if it makes summer or if it's in October.
Alrighty. My turn?
Yeah.
Looks
I
like
believe
it.
so.
Alrighty. Let's try this one again, boys. Black Myth Wukong.
Could it be this time?
I think they've said it's this year.
Yeah,
haven't
they've
they,
said
like,
it's this
they
year.
really-
We don't have a date yet,
confirmed?
do we?
And
Actually, I
then
think we
in
don't.
attempt
so.
to in attempt to steal away and hopefully not make anyone here too angry, I'm also going to fill in my now that flex bit. That's DLC, right?
Expansion
Available.
includes
Depends on
DLC.
which one.
Wonderful.
Depends on which one.
Shadow of the Erd Tree is mine.
Motherfucker.
Perfect. Yeah, that's fill
Yeah,
that
that's
slot
the other
early because
easy
there were
one.
two expansions. I was very surprised that wasn't your first pick, Brett.
Listen, I got a lot of top things to get through. I have a lot of high priorities.
I have a list, and there are things on this list that I forgot about that I want.
All right, now,
Because I have such a big list.
Brett, I hate to do this to you.
Oh
Don't do
no!
Don't
Do it
this
to
me.
him.
Don't do this to me,
Truly.
Ryan. I know it's coming.
I truly hate to do
Don't
this
do
to
this
you.
to me.
No, you don't.
Don't do this to me.
You don't.
So I won't. And instead,
Oh.
I'm going to take Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, which comes out next
What
week.
were you going to? What were you going to take
Why you
instead?
I
don't
was gonna take
fuck
that one.
yourself?
Don't say what you were going to take instead, because that's what I am going to be doing next.
Oh yeah, I'll
But
tell you
also,
when
this
Brett
was
takes
on my
it.
list because this looks pretty good. So this is also a pretty good pick.
No, I think Prince of
Ah,
Persia
so
looks
good.
really good. The game I was
When
gonna
you're
take, the
just-
only reason I didn't is I'm not confident it's gonna come out this year.
Mm.
I
Oh.
think
Okay.
Prince of Persia is a lock, and I think Prince of Persia will probably score pretty well. So
Okay.
I think I'm going to make our first pick that is 100% going to be counterpicked because this game is going to be bad.
but you want it.
I can't even find it in the list because the hype score is so low.
Have a pig too.
Here we go. I'm going to be picking Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice
Oh.
Yes,
Oh,
somebody had
Alex.
to do it.
Oh, what a
Somebody had
pick,
to
Alex.
do it.
You're Alex. You're taking the throne from me. And listen, take it. I don't want it. I don't fucking want it. Take it away from me.
Will we
Get
continue the
that
streak of
garbage.
Suicide Squad being counterpicked for I think 3 years running?
Heads up, the throne is made out of porcelain.
Yep.
that throne is made out of straw and it's already on fire.
Right.
Can I counterpick my own pick?
For a net zero.
All right. So I think filling in the DLC expansion slot is a pretty smart idea. Get that out of the way. And so my pick for that is going to be Final Fantasy 16: The Rising Tides.
Okay.
Interesting.
Story. I still haven't fucking finished it yet because there's a lot of video game in there.
The meaty game.
But it's a meaty game. But
Every time they said it wasn't
I'm-
going to be as long as the Final Fantasies, they were lying. It absolutely is.
And it's funny. It's a long ass game. It's I'm approaching the amount of hours in like fucking Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I'm not sick of it yet. It's amazing what you can do.
Wow.
It's an interesting game.
It's amazing what Soken's
Yeah.
music can do to you.
Oh,
That also, yeah.
110%. But I think we have a really talented team here, and I'm pretty confident that they'll make some pretty kick-ass story.
God, I made a noise. That was scary. You didn't do that last time.
I was so
Okay,
confused because I heard that through the stream and thought it was me.
yeah. Straight up, if someone else picked this, you guys have one fewer living member on the podcast. So my next pick is Metaphor Refantasio because that game looks amazing. I'm relatively confident that it's going to come out this year. That is the one big risk. I think that when it comes out,
Yeah,
it's
I
going
wanted to come out this year, so I'm rooting for you, Brett, but I didn't want to take the risk.
Understandable, and thank you, and possibly you're welcome, depending on what happens.
I don't know. I think there is very low chance that Metaphor scores poorly. If we follow any of Atlas's track record, if that game comes out, it will probably be good.
Yeah, the only thing it has to blow past, and it will do it very easily, are the people being like, well, it's kind of like Persona 5, but not really, so I don't like it as much.
I don't know. I feel like it has a lot more Shin Megami Tensei weirdness to it, so we'll see what happens and how the general public takes that.
Okay, so I have to make sure I'm picking the right one here because there's two very similar sounding names. One of which I was forced into like 2 years ago and still hasn't come out. But this is possibly the most interesting of the Star Wars games that's been announced in the last little bit is Star Wars Outlaws. This could come out this year. But it's just a part of the shotgun spread. You don't know what's gonna hit. This looks the most interesting that a Star Wars game has to me in a bit. And the game that I was trying to make sure that I wasn't confusing it with Star Wars Hunters, which is the mobile game that I was forced into because someone picked Gundam Evolution, and that game's not even around anymore. So no good feelings there.
I know.
Very. I don't know. I think Outlaws will probably hit pretty well because people have been ravenous for a Star Wars like open thing.
And like a non-Jedi thing.
Yeah, it's specifically like an outlaw themed thing.
See, that's the thing. I feel like Ubisoft is really gonna have to like blunder in order for people to not be.
They will have to fumble that ball, right? Like
they'll have
proper...
to. Because here's the thing. Right?
Chance.
Everyone likes to shit on Ubisoft. Here's the thing about Ubisoft. There's two calibers of Ubisoft, right? There's bland but competent, right? Where the majority of their games fall into. Sometimes it rises above that. Then you also get the like. Then you get the like Ghost Recon Breakpoint, where it's like a complete disaster, like just period. Not set by any standard, it's just bad. It would have to be somewhere in there for people to not be happy with it, you know. They're getting teed up very well here. My next pick might make some people angry because they probably had it on their list. I'm pretty confident it's going to come out this year. It's looking pretty good from everything that I've seen. Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2.
Yeah, bound to
Absolutely.
happen.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited for this game.
I am too.
I
Let's
went
hope
back
it
and
does
played
better
the
than
first
Bolt
Space
Gun.
Marine recently.
I feel like
and
it has to.
Legitimately, the first Space Marine holds up very well.
It feels so good. They got the game feel like 10 out of 10. It just,
Yeah, like it's clearly it feels like an Xbox 360 era game because it is, but it feels much better than you would think. And it has things like glory kills before Doom 2016 was doing it and stuff.
Yeah.
It's great.
It feels like if you took an Xbox 360 hack and slash and just like polished the hell out of it.
Yeah. All right, Alex, what's your next pick?
Oh, wrong one. Right.
I am looking this up.
Or should I say
So
Hello
this has the
Kitty MSO
potential
Success
to-
Charizzaku 2?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. This one is one that has a release date of TBA, so this is risky to pick, but it looked like it was fairly far along when we saw it announced at the Game Awards. I'm going to pick the first Berserker Kazan. It's probably the most interesting thing that I saw
looks cool.
revealed at the Game Awards.
Yeah, that looked really good. Yeah, they did show a lot of gameplay, so maybe that is out this year.
That's my thought, but they didn't say it's coming out this year, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Find out the hard way.
We'll find out. All right, so I've got to get a little bit creative with something here because I know some of the games that I want are on other people's lists too. So I've got to weigh do I go with the heart or the head?
The heart of the cards.
Situation. Do I believe in the heart of the cards again and pick a game that I've picked the last 2.5 years, I think, running that has not come out?
You gotta. It has to be this time, Ryan.
Well, because the second you don't is when it comes out, and then somebody else will get those points.
But now I'm worried that it won't even get points. That's the problem. I'm not even sure this game will be good when it comes out. So you know what? I'm going to go with a more close to my heart pick, which is Unicorn Overlord. I don't think anyone else had this game on their list.
Oh, I do. Don't worry. I do.
Oh, well, you can't have it now. Unicorn Overlord, Vanillaware's newest thing. I think it also comes out pretty soon.
Yeah, relatively recent.
The shtick with it is it's a large scale, like, grand strategy, but there's a ton of characters and stuff that you interact with, and it's very story focused. Can't wait. I love the look of this. I'm a big fan of regular grand strategy, and I'm also a big fan of a game series called Brigandine, which is an insane old school JRPG tactics series that is all about like grand strategy story playing out as you like conquer territories. I'm super curious. I hope Unicorn Overload is very good because 13 Sentinels was probably my game of the year it came out.
Yeah, that game is crazy good.
All right, Alex.
Oh, is that from the same dev?
Yeah, same dev.
Yeah.
They also made I forget the name of it, but Odin Sphere, at least this year, which is phenomenal, like side-scrolling RPG beat 'em up with a great story, which normally those games don't tend to have.
Right. Well, we have all reacted to Starfield's release this year. I crave the
I know where this is going.
I crave a different version of a time when it was RPG goodness avowed again.
This was the pick I was debating between for Unicorn Overlord, was stealing Avowed from you, Alex.
I kind of wanted to steal it from you, but I'm feeling somewhat charitable.
Let's hope it comes out this year.
I feel like that's
and if it comes out,
game. Listen, it's an Xbox game, so it could go either way.
Yeah. But if it comes out, maybe it won't need all of the modders to leave.
Because I believe the reason it was pushed out of last year is that they wanted to put a little bit more budget behind it. So hopefully that means it comes out this year and is a little bit more polished.
And then one of my later picks from last year that I'm looking forward to this year is Decapolice.
Yeah, that game was
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Boy,
Pretty
you guys are
interesting.
making me look up some of these things.
That's the point.
I love a good detective game, especially if it reminds me of the Somnium Files,
Yeah, they do look
and
very similar.
like a more not necessarily more action, but more movable Ace Attorney. Oh, Jafar.
Oh, Jafar. All
Oh,
right.
Jaffer.
Now, this is truly another moment of I could take a sensible pick. There are so many things that I could pick that would make sense here. So many things that would probably get me points. But I'm an idiot. And I'm not going to do that. And instead, I'm going to use a slot that I specifically slipped one tag into for one specific game that I knew no one else would pick anyway. Because why would they? But I want Earth Defense Force 6.
My God.
Ryan, I'm gonna shock you. That was on my list.
Wow.
I was thinking about it.
Wow.
As my game that has released internationally to go on my list.
Look,
I don't think this game
Ryan,
will review
that's
work.
great.
I'm going to openly say I think this game will get probably below a 70 in the US. Maybe it won't. Maybe people will surprise me and love it. But I love all of these games, and I've heard this is a better 5, and so I'm in 100%.
But Ryan, we're the greatest infantry.
No, we are the valiant infantry
Oh.
How dare you? How dare you?
with
Ooh,
passion
that's
and
not a good look.
camaraderie.
Mm.
I think that I'm going to take up my expansion pack slot here and go with World of Warcraft: The War Within.
Oh,
Mm.
you
Spicy.
got me feeling things.
Like indigestion.
I hope those are good things.
Oh yeah, dude.
went-
That War Within trailer. I mean,
That went under regular slot. Shouldn't that go under?
Yeah, because it puts
So-
Suicide Squad under the flex for some reason, but
Yeah, whatever.
yeah, you can shift
it's
them
full,
around should
so
you
it
want
doesn't
to.
matter.
Alrighty. So this game has become kind of a meme, just for us, and I guess somewhat for the rest of the world, but specifically for us, it's become a bit of a meme. Not because it looks bad, but because we haven't seen much of it. But I still have faith in Hellblade 2. I still have faith. I still think it'll be a good video game.
I mean, hey, did you see that gameplay reveal the last time it was showed off?
Hey, she
It
did
looked
have a
just like a
sword and she
movie.
hit someone.
Wait a second.
She did hit someone with a sword. So, and that was like the bare minimum that I was asking for, and god damn it, they just barely hit the mark. This
And
is a
I
good
will
studio.
also add, I am very interested in this game too, Wyatt, and I hope it's good. My confidence level is like on the floor.
I hope it comes out at this
This is
rate.
this is gonna be the pick for me. I don't know if it's gonna be good. I want it to be good. This is my heart-filled pick right here.
Also, just as a note to make sure nobody's being misled here, you can pick more than one expansion pack. Expansion packs are not a limited pick.
Ah, okay.
It's just we have one
You
slot
just have
for
to
them
have
specifically.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I mean, speaking of, until I was looking into this last night, I didn't even know that Alan Wake 2 was going to have DLC. But I don't know. Spring 2024 sounds pretty
motherfucker.
good
You
for
motherfucker.
Night Springs. Whatever that is, I don't even know. I haven't played the game.
You don't even
but
know what Night Springs is, you motherfucker.
I think Wyatt's gonna hunt
No, I
you
don't.
down.
Too bad. Let's see.
I deserve this for Gundam Evolution. We're
If
even.
this is your equivalent, I'm a little sorry.
We're even.
Okay. I think we have a date for this by now, but AU didn't chronicle 100 Heroes. Has
You
been
motherfucker.
looking for a while, and oh yeah, we do have an exact date for it. And it's
I'm
I
coming for
hadn't
you,
played-
bitch.
I haven't played a Suikoden game before, but they've always interested me. I know people love that team, and they basically just did the same thing as the Bloodstained guys, where they just left Konami and brought all their friends, and are just making the same game again, but with a different coat of paint over it. So that's what I like to see. So I'm picking that.
All right, good pick. This one's gonna be risky, not because I don't think it's gonna be good, but because it has a tentative 2024 release date, and I have quite a few of those, so I have to kind of watch it. But it just looks so cool at the Game Awards, and again, the pedigree of the studio, very, very strong. No rest for the wicked.
Oh,
I
yes.
completely forgot about that one. That's a great pick. Yeah.
And that also, I guess it's planned for early access, so that doesn't count as like the early access slot, right?
No,
it's not-
because it's
I
not
mean,
currently
That would
early
be
access.
in early access.
Yeah.
It's also you don't have to use the currently early access slot. You can use a regular game for that.
Right.
That was just in case someone wanted to pick a game that was currently in early access. You get one.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure if it does come out this year, I'm pretty sure it's going to do pretty well for
Oh.
itself.
I was gonna pick something and then I came to search it and it says 2025. All right, what's
Oh,
Damn.
your hopes
what's
and
next
dreams
on the
have been
list?
shattered.
List. Oh shoot.
Feels
Okay.
bad.
Okay. I've got another one that probably will see a counter pick as well. Actually, yeah. I'm picking a lot of things that I want to see be good, but have a real potential to not be.
That's a interesting game you're playing there.
We all
Yeah,
have our vices. We all have it. We all go. It's like Ryan's been saying. Do you go with your heart
this will
or with your brain,
be bad.
or knowingly
okay.
screw
I'm
yourself?
picking Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
Oh, that's such
man.
an interesting pick.
A game that's been in
Man.
development hell.
I don't think
Will
I
it
can
even
bring myself to
release?
counterpick it because I want it so badly. Okay, now it's time. This is where I get serious. And there's a few things left on this list that are very much things that I need. I think the one most likely to get taken by someone else is actually right up my alley.
Hey,
I know you're
get
in here.
out of
I know
my
you're in
sandwich.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
I am very excited for Rise of the Ronin.
My day be
Yeah,
so
this is-
fine. Then boom.
That was on my list.
Same here.
Brian, I so figured that you were gonna pick this that I didn't even bother putting it on the list because I just
Like,
I
I'm a
just
Team
knew.
Ninja fan, and I think Rise of the Ronin is probably the most risky pick on my list so far. Even next to Earth Defense Force 6. I think Earth Defense Force is a
Really?
known quantity that it probably won't get under like 65. It probably won't get super high, but I don't think it's going to score super poorly. I think there is a
People
solid
love it,
chance that Rise of the Ronin is actually bad. Like,
Oh, no.
I think there is a
'Cause
chance
what
that
was-
it's actually bad.
What
But
was their last game that was just like people were really excited for and it was kind of mediocre?
But Wolong didn't have any like negative reception. It just didn't have the like really rabid following that
yeah.
Neo does.
I remember
But
that
I've
game
liked
came
every
out.
Team Ninja game I've played. I think this is probably going to be good. I don't think it's a high chance that it's bad, but I think there's like a 20% chance it comes out and everyone just hates it. Even if it's a good game, I think it could just not run. People may not like it. So
I remember that game coming out and just not hearing a lot about it, like post-launch.
yeah, and I've heard Wolong's DLC is really good, but Wolong just didn't have the staying power that Neo did because it's not as in depth as Neo is.
Mhm.
But I think Rise of the Ronin being like a more single player focus, or not like single player because they're all single player games, but a more story focused single player game, it probably helps it getting a wider range of reviewers. I don't know if that will help its review score or hurt it. So
Yeah, it depends if the story is now good.
yeah, I'm really hoping it's well received. But the game trailer they showed off at the Game Awards, I think looked really good. But it's clearly like that is a current gen game. It's not being built with like super high graphical fidelity in mind because it didn't look amazing. And I think some people don't love that. I personally don't care, but you know, review scores can be all over the place based on stuff like that. So
Non-flashbacks of the Armored Core 6 reviews that
Yep.
say that it looks like shit. Meanwhile,
Okay, Alex.
Alex, what are you doing?
You're up.
What are you doing over there?
Oh, it's me again. Okay.
That whole entire time, Ryan was batting.
I
was trying to give you time to think.
God. Oh, I already know. What? I
All right,
know
please
both of them.
continue.
I know both of them, but I forget the name of one of them. The first one that I'm gonna be picking is I had to search for it again because I briefly forgot the name, and it wasn't in the top 10 pages, but Dungeons of Hinterberg.
Oh, that was on my list. Damn.
That was on my list. Fuck.
I don't know if it's coming out like this year actually, but that game looks so sick.
Dungeons. Can
That
I
was-
spell correctly?
That was at an Xbox showcase, and I think that was like my
Yep.
game of the show. That
Yeah.
looked so cool.
And then what is the Assassin's Creed game set in Japan slated for this year?
I don't think we have a release date on that.
Okay.
I could be
That was going to be
wrong about
That's
that.
a game
don't
that
know,
no one
yeah.
wants to work on. I was reading a story that
Oh,
of the-
no.
Damn.
that like like one of the heads for that game, one of the leads is like one of the really problematic people at Ubisoft that hasn't
Oh.
been fired, so no one wants to work on it.
That's really unfortunate because like, the way that you guys were talking about the characters, the story sounded like it could be really cool.
No, I have a feeling people are pretty excited for Codename Red recently, but who knows? 'Cause we haven't heard anything.
In that case, then my second pick is going to be World of Goo 2.
Honestly, good pick. I think that's going to score very well.
That is pretty safe. Yeah.
Codename Red is slated to release late this year, but we don't have a specific date for it yet.
We'll see.
And you get a second pick, Alex, because you're at the end.
Oh, I picked the two, Dungeons of Hinterberg and World
Oh,
of Goo.
you can pick
Oh,
Dungeons.
yeah.
You slip that in there.
This-
It's a good,
I
good
thought-
one.
I thought
we
I said
talked
that.
about it. We talked
Oh, I
about it.
completely missed it. I was looking up the lyrics to the EDF song.
What's going on at the top of the What's going on at the top of this chart? What's going on here?
I was looking at EDF lyrics. All right.
They're so high up there, their heads are in the clouds.
I know.
What's
Look at
going
these
on?
guys. Come on. Look at these losers.
That's why you're at the bottom. That's why you lost.
You always will be.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
All right. I gotta sit for just a second and
What? What are you
wait
doing?
and pray to any gods out
Were you not
there
sitting before?
that this game comes out this year.
Oh my god.
That something happens. Because I need it. I need Metroid Prime 4 to arrive.
I think you might have to
I've
settle
picked
for
this
simply
3
an
years
announcement
running.
this year.
I think didn't I pick it one year?
Maybe you
Wait,
picked
is
it
that-
the first year, but we've had it in every fantasy league from the start. Because
Does that count as one of your unannounced ones, Ryan?
No, it's
or
announced.
no?
It's announced.
Okay.
Kind of. It
I
was
forgot that it had a
announced, and
trailer
then
then.
It was announced, and they're like, "Yeah, we're kind of
It
redoing
doesn't.
things."
Yeah, it didn't ever
Uh.
get a trailer. They announced it, and then they announced that
I
they're
mean-
like restarting development on it.
They haven't said
Jeez.
that like it was canceled, so I guess it's still technically the same announcement. I don't know.
Well, for mine, I think I'm gonna go. Have to pick something that I actually know is coming out and actually is probably gonna be good. I'm gonna pick Helldivers 2.
Nice, good pick, good pick.
Mm.
That was also
Kind of
on my
surprised
list.
it hadn't
Bastard.
been picked yet.
It was going to be one of my next ones for sure. What do we got here? All right. My next one might piss a few people off. You might have had this on your list, but
Oh,
that's
no.
what the game is all about. I'm gonna go with Replaced.
I
No,
did have that on my
keep it.
list, but I'm
Keep it.
not confident in that anymore. I picked that
Not
game 2
anymore?
years ago. Wyatt.
Oh. Well, you know what that means, Ryan.
It says
This
on
year's the
here.
year.
It says on here second half of 2024. You're not. What you're saying is you're not confident it'll release. Not in its like.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure that's because indie, especially indie pixel art games like that look that good. I think sometimes surprise people with how long they take to make.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
And if second half of 2024 gets me worried. Just
Ryan, you're
as a
really good at
phrase.
like taking people's picks and then just taking a giant shit on them.
Look, Alex picking Dragon's Dogma 2 first really set me off.
I set him down his path of rising revengeance.
Ryan, if it makes you feel any better, I'm also infuriated by that pick because that was like near the top of the list for me.
I wish I had done worse. So I had the first pick in that one.
Well, that was your job, and you somehow failed.
I took it too seriously in the second half.
Okay, so we're gonna have to start getting quirky. Now I normally
Getting goofy.
I normally don't go for the free points, but this is the 4th year in a row. So I feel like whoever picks the funny Princess Peach game is just gonna get like 15 free points because it's a Nintendo platformer.
Oh yeah.
We're getting that out of the way.
Yep.
I don't even care about it one fucking bit, but that's mine now.
See, that was
Honestly,
me
I
in
thought it was pretty
Pikmin
good,
4.
so.
See, that was me in Pikmin 4. I had no interest in playing Pikmin 4, but I put it on there because it's a Nintendo game.
I see, like I've let it bite me in the ass every single time so far. We go, Nintendo plat. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna play that. I don't even have a Switch. And then
3
like
points.
Ryan picks it and gets 90,000 points for Mario Wonder at the last 2
I mean,
seconds
I
of the
put-
year.
Which
I
is
mean, I-
absolutely
shit.
phenomenal.
Two of
Wonder's
my-
a
I mean,
great
two of
game.
my-
No, yeah, I've heard good things about it.
I mean,
just
two of my
don't-
highest rated games
not my
from last year was Pikmin 4 and Tears of the Kingdom. Listen,
Yeah.
you can't go wrong with putting Nintendo games on your list. It's cheap, it's easy, but god damn it, does it work?
And it's
I mean,
free.
You can
pouring
occasionally
river
put
water
something
in
like
your
Advance
socks.
Wars on your list, then maybe it doesn't scores it high. But
So
sorry, I
I
gotta set Wyatt off so he doesn't think straight.
this is controversial. This is controversial even for myself. I actually don't have any faith that this game will even come out
Ooh.
this year. But if it does,
Are you gonna pull the trigger, Brett?
maybe something will happen. Right? Maybe something will happen. It could be funny for everybody else except for me and you, Ryan, because if it sucks then we'll be sad.
I'll be so sad.
I don't know.
Especially 'cause
There's
it's a
a
Snake
lot.
Eater remake. It's my favorite one.
That's
Brett.
the thing.
Damn you!
It's-
I was gonna
it's-
pick that one.
Oh.
It's my favorite one as well, and it's in
Because it's the
like-
best one.
it's one of the best games ever made. And to remake that in the charmless, hyper-realistic style of a PS5 game is
Oh,
dangerous,
no.
but we'll see what happens. Let's
see.
I'm a little scared.
I've been picking some bigger games on the list. I want to go back to a smaller team. First time developer, first time publisher. I'm gonna go with
Ooh.
Animal Well.
Ooh.
I don't even think I know what that one is.
It's the
Big Mode.
Big Mode produced game. Donkey's
Oh,
production.
yeah. I
I
forgot he
think
did
that
that.
will be good.
I'll put some support behind that one. It's looking pretty good. I think in terms of like smaller indie games, I think a Donkey usually has a fairly like sharp eye when it comes to that kind of thing. So
I'm gonna stick up towards the top of the hype factor because I've picked too many games that are gonna be bad. And I'm gonna go with the depressing game that I loved the first one of, Frostpunk 2.
Ooh.
nice.
Yeah, that's
Good.
a critical darling right there, if I've ever seen one.
First one was great. Hope the second one's just as good.
All right, we've now entered into the territory of I've gotten my actual picks out.
Yeah. Same
The ones
here.
that I actually want, truly wanted. I have a few extra ones, and I have one that I do want, but I know no one else here cares about it. So that's there. But I do think there's a couple of things here that would really hurt, particularly Wyatt, if I took.
Oh no.
I don't.
So wait, right. Here's something that I would like you to talk about more. Does your heart or your brain tell you to upset people?
Well, okay. So I think part of it is I'm actually the right now. If it was last year, I would have taken this no hesitation. With this year, I do legitimately want this game, and I'm very much looking forward to it. But I know why it's going to be upset that I picked it as soon as I do. So this year, my heart is telling me I need it for my own wants. But Wyatt, I'm sorry. I'm taking the Plucky Squire.
Oh, you fucker!
Oh.
Listen, okay, you want to know what's funny? When you said this is gonna upset Wyatt, I was like, it better not be Plucky Squire. You
Oh.
Review it.
fucker.
I was
I
so
have been-
surprised you let it sit there for that long.
I know. Oh, I know. Oh, you bastard. Go back to intentionally losing, piece of shit.
Hey, I gave you the chance when I picked Earth Defense Force 6. That was your moment to pick Plucky Squire, and you didn't do it. Let me take Metroid Prime 4 in the meantime. Alex, what's your thought process?
My first while I die.
He's dying.
Right.
It truly just sounded like you got shot.
He sounds how I feel.
God,
You know?
it's one of those coughs where every time I cough, it gives me a headache.
Nice.
It's back. Paper Mario Mario Thousand Year Door remake.
At this rate,
That's-
might win out against Alex by default if he just kicks the bucket.
Wait, what?
I'm saying if you die, you can't win.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's happening again.
What the hell?
He's
I think
dying
this
for
is your
real.
body
Bye.
telling you that was a bad
Jesus
pick.
Right.
It's not. It can't be. It's impossible.
Actually, I think that will probably be the highest scoring game on this list right now.
Probably.
1,000 Year Door remake, as long as they don't mess it up,
Yeah.
that's gonna be the
as-
highest scoring thing on this
yeah.
list.
Yeah, I think
As long as it actually comes out this year.
these two are gonna be my hype train picks.
Oh my god!
Sorry,
You
Oh,
sound
listen.
like you sound like you smoked 6 years worth of cigarettes in the span of 10
Look,
seconds.
I got COVID over winter break, and
Oh,
then I
no.
got laryngitis after that.
I
Specifically, I got
remember the original Paper Mario, the Thousand Year Door. I always loved it.
specifically I got COVID for
I was there
Christmas, so that
before
was
you
fun.
were born, kiddo.
So Paper Mario remake, and then Tekken 8.
Tekken 8's an interesting one. That's I have a lot of confidence in Tekken 8 because Tekken 7 was a game I spent a lot of time on, but then I realized Tekken 7 didn't honestly review all that well, so I don't know. But now fighting games are in again, so maybe it will do really
Yeah.
well. It's hard to tell.
I'm a little hesitant on that as well because like Street Fighter, especially with 6, was a really great entry in the series for like new people to get in. Tekken, I feel like with my experience of it, is heinous to try to get new people interested in it. It never makes it easier on new players.
Okay. It's now time because this is snuck into the first page of the top available games, which means I need to take it before any of you all get smart ideas. Path of Exile 2. Absolutely. Is going on my list. I think. Look, I work on Diablo. I love ARPGs. I think Path of Exile 2 has every chance to be great. But I also think it may not release this year. So, because I had it last year too and it didn't come out. We'll see if it happens this year. I love that they showed a class that was just shoot gun.
Gotta shoot gun.
Gotta shoot
Okay.
gun.
I think this is a typo on this website.
Oh.
Well, you'll all see it when I pick it. I'm
worm?
picking a cult game, a sequel to a cult game here that I think a lot of people are excited for. A little risky because it might not get particularly good critic scores, but we'll see. I'm going to pick Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl.
Interesting. Interesting.
And I got to look up how to spell Chernobyl because I didn't think that's how it
Yeah,
was.
that's definitely wrong. That is absolutely not how that game is named. But
Chernobyl.
that's okay.
Yeah.
No, maybe that is
That might be how.
Chernobyl or Chor.
It absolutely isn't, because on the cover art that they have linked, it says Chernobyl with an E.
Yeah.
So,
Weird.
Oh, this is our last round.
yeah, this is our last round,
Yes.
so make
We
sure you
loops
pick your
around
good
it,
stuff.
will
Do we do any counter picking after this, or is that
We will do a
We do
counter
one,
pick after
right?
this, yes.
But we just have to do one, I
We
believe,
just do
right?
one.
The
Your other
are.
two are for throughout the year. You can then choose what you
Who's gonna
pick.
counterpick every single thing I picked though?
So I think Alex picked this last year, and it didn't end up coming out. Common, common theme for
My
poor
specialty.
Alex. And so I'm gonna pick up the slack. I'm gonna pick Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn.
Ooh.
I completely forgot about that. Crap!
That was going to be
Oh.
my last pick if you let it get back to me. Was fun.
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about putting it on my list because that first showing it had looked awesome, and then what they showed for the trailer this year looked a lot more like a normal video game than what it was showing off the first time. It just seemed like it got a lot less creative, and I was like, "Damn, oh well." But I hope it's still cool because it
I'm
looked
very
sick when they first
excited
showed it.
for you picking that, Wyatt. I hope it comes out.
Me
Let's
too.
see.
Thank you for reminding me about that game.
Of course.
I'm also at the weird part of the bottom of the list. I don't know if this is going to come out this year, but this game was my game of the Xbox show. The racing rhythm game, the RPG Remaster.
That looks phenomenal.
Looks super sick. I don't know. I feel like it has potential to come out this year. I know it says TBA, but like everything else may as well have said TBA on that show. It has a bunch of in-game
we've seen
promotional
gameplay.
material and shit, so it could happen. And I did the full heart pick. I just want to see that game do good.
No, absolutely. I'm with you on that one, 100%.
And I think this is my last normal
Your
pick, I
last one to
believe,
round it
right?
out.
So we're gonna end it off on a bang for my list. I actually have if this game scores well, there's something fucking wrong with people. We're going full Pal World.
Honestly, I think it might. I think this might come out and get high scores.
We're going full Pal World because this says late 2024 here, but there are other places that say January, so we'll see.
I think it's planned to launch in early access. So it might be that it's launching in early access, so it may not get reviews, but
I'll review it in my heart because I think that game is morbidly hilarious as a concept, and we'll see what happens.
I got two options left on my list here. Two
right.
ones that I'm seriously considering. One of them is from a studio that I love, but kind of disappointed me last year. And one is an indie game that looks really neat that I'm looking forward to. Oh, this is tough. All right, Telltale, don't let me down. Wolf Among Us 2.
Yes,
All right.
please.
Don't let me down.
I was tempted to take that, but
Wolf Among Us is probably one of the best games that they've done. People have been wanting a sequel for so long. Oh, it does say 2024 or later on the release date, though. Oh. That gives me a little bit of pause. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. I don't give a shit.
believe in the heart of the cards.
Okay, I think I'm once again making a pick that's really just counter pick fodder.
Alex, this is really going to be interesting if you win this year. You made a series of picks here that, though they're all very interesting, I'm so curious.
This one is for sure not going to do well, but I keep seeing it on the list, and I don't know why. I just feel like I must pick Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I think Alex is playing a separate league. I think he's not playing for the same points we are.
I think more than half of this list has had the disclaimer of it's not going to score very well.
But it's more fun this way.
Pretty much
It's
all of the
amazing.
games I really was looking forward to came out last year. And so I'm left with the leftovers and whatever.
Well, hey, you'll have 10 more slots to fill out over the course of the year, so
There's stuff I already think I might pick because nobody has.
And I also will remind people, if you're worried about games not releasing, that you can drop any game as long if it is confirmed to not release in 2024. You can drop any game. You also get 2 drops for other stuff, so you can drop 2 other things, even if they are going to release in 2024. The only things you can't drop are things that are counterpicked. If everyone uses up their counterpicks, you're locked in. All right. Now this is my last proper pick.
1, 2, 3.
I think there's a lot of hopes and dreams riding on this one.
What are you going for?
I've got to nail this down because I don't know. There's one pick that I think might do well, but I don't actually have a ton of faith in. Then I have meme pick that I picked last year that I would love for it to do well. Then I have a heart pick, and I think I have to stay on theme. The theme this year is going with the heart, and Tales of Kinzaria had a very impressive showing at the Game Awards, and I think this game's going to be really good. Tales of Kinzaria's out. And the passion of that team, I hope, translates well into the game. I will say the other stuff I was thinking of there is Grand Blue Fantasy Relink looks very good as well.
Yeah, that looked cool.
So I'll remind you, Alex, your first pick here is your final regular pick. Your second pick must be unannounced.
Oh!
Yeah, we're doing our
We're
heaven
doing
and
the
hell.
dreams and nightmares.
Okay.
You can choose which one you want, if you want it to be heaven or hell.
And it's okay if it's like kind of feasible, but also just
and I will say, because of how the draft system works here, you might have to pick. You'll pick an unannounced game. It may not be exactly what you want it to be, but I can change it to be the thing that it should be. So don't worry if you don't see exactly what you want there.
All right,
I can modify it.
Well, a lot of my picks are coming out in January and February. I think most of them right now. But my last actual pick for the 10 is going to be Graven, which is coming out on the 23rd of January. It has that sort of like a late 90s bolt gun-esque style.
Hexen looking game. It's really good. All right, so Graven's your final actual pick. Alex, what is your unannounced either dream or nightmare? Which one do you want to start with?
Let's go with my dream game is oh no, now I have 2. One that is eventually coming out, hopefully for sure. And then another one that is just a complete pipe dream. What are we feeling more in the mood for?
I hate to interrupt you, Alex. This is for your own benefit. At least on my screen, Graven.
Don't worry, it's fine.
Ineligible. Oh, okay.
It's only we'll just need to swap slots with Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah.
You can do that after we're done with the draft.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very easy.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to didn't want to have him be screwed over.
I thank you. So what are we feeling? Are we feeling like actually will come out, but definitely not this year, or complete pipe dream?
This is a category for your heart, Alex. If it's a thing that might come out, like if you put Elder Scrolls 6, you're making a mistake. I'll put it that way.
It's not Elder Scrolls 6.
Go with what your heart most desires.
What my heart most desires. Ooh.
But I would use I would suggest that it is a game that you fully have no idea if it's coming, because if it's in a series you already know, there's every chance it just doesn't come out this year.
This is your chance to be like the people in the YouTube stream chat of any direct or Game Awards presentation that just keep asking for the same fucking thing that hasn't been talked about in 3 years over and over again, and just being upset
Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Get talked about. Now this is your chance
AKA,
to be one of those people.
AKA me during any Xbox showcase.
All right. Then you know what I want. This is gonna be a a movie IP game. It's gonna be a comic IP game. It's gonna be a animated TV series IP game. I want the game that we all created over so long ago when we were
The
talking about our
Transformers
most
game?
satisfying game. Yes, the Transformers beat 'em up fighting game.
All right. See if there's a
With
Transformers in
destructible
the unannounced
environments and
category.
characters.
If not, toss something in there and I'll make it the right thing later.
All right. Draft game.
You can
Unannounced.
click
Come
on
on.
the purple like unannounced thing, and that will show you
I
all
did.
the
It
unannounced
is.
games
It is
that are in here.
loading. Let's see. Type in Transformers for.
You can see if there is a Transformers game in that list. If not, just toss something that seems similar in there, and I will
What?
modify it.
Transformers Reactive 2024 or later.
Yep, that's a game
Okay.
that they announced. Shooter, I think.
Yeah, it's like a weird shooter.
Looter shooter.
All right. Yeah.
I was just looking up that game because I was curious what the hell was going on with it. The answer is nothing.
Oh, it looks like it has an Earth Defense Force-esque cover.
That could only mean good things.
It
Only-
looks.
only
It
good.
It looks so pulpy.
All right. Now,
Oh, and it didn't go into the
well,
unannounced.
'cause it's
thingy?
announced. We can move that around afterwards. There's no actual setup that it's an unannounced thing right now. Okay. So this is a tough one because I have a lot of dreams about video games, and I think a lot of them are fully unreasonable. In particular, one of them I think is extremely unreasonable. So I think I have to start with my nightmare. There's a very specific thing that I'm extremely worried about, and it's that this game comes out and is bad and is truly terrible, and that's the League of Legends MMO.
Oh.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
truly want this League of Legends MMO to be good, but I have no idea if that's possible. I don't think, I have so little confidence that an MMO project from that team is actually going to be successful and not a microtransaction hellscape, that I think it deserves to be a nightmare.
There's a lot I could come up with here, but we'll go with something that has maybe even the slightest hint of potential, and this is going to be a dream for me. Well, let's hope it's a dream, because if it could come out and be a nightmare. I'm going to go with the rumored Metal Gear Solid 1 remake.
This is gonna be my nightmare.
Well, can we have the same dream and nightmare for this?
I think if it's on someone's list, the only way you can get it on yours is a counter pick.
Yeah, I think it's been claimed. I think because it's the same game you were looking at, I think it is no
It's just,
longer an
yeah,
option.
It's gone.
You're kind of right though. It is a nightmare and a dream for me too. Like, it really all depends how
Yeah.
faithful it is, how it turns out.
So this doesn't have to be
If Dave
something
Pater does the voice.
that is rumored, announced, whatever. If it's a dream pick.
No,
Right.
absolutely. It can be whatever you want.
Something, yeah,
Okay,
just something
and then
you want very badly.
Okay, select unlisted game. Okay. So this thing I'm gonna pick, it's here because of a dream that I had many years ago. Had to just I had to realize to myself that it was never gonna happen, and then the dream was re-sparked last year, or I guess technically 2 years ago. Is it going to happen? Probably not, but it's my dream, and that's all that matters. I wanted Advance Wars 4.
That's a good dream. That's a good dream, Wyatt.
I wanted Advance Wars 4.
Too bad it's going to stay a dream.
I know.
Oh.
I know.
Question.
I didn't know whether to call it 3 or 4 because Dual Strike is technically 3. It's just not called 3, but I'll call it 4.
Next Advanced Wars game, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My dream. There's a lot leading to this dream possibly becoming a reality. There's a little thing that we in this darn community used to hold to the same level as the Dead Sea Scrolls, and that was the Nvidia leak. And almost everything has come off of those. The one thing that I've been waiting for that was there and has not. There's been some rumors. There's been some rumblings, and it's been making me feel like a silly little fool for believing in it. I want that Final Fantasy IX remake
Absolutely.
because Final Fantasy IX is where it's at. It's already really good. And I don't know. That's my dream. I at least want it to be real. This is at least realistic. But I don't know. We'll see. Now I have to think. I have to think of another nightmare because it's already been taken.
While you're thinking about that, how do I
Yeah.
move Advance Wars 4 into the?
You can do it after the draft's over.
Okay.
Also, where did you see that select on a unlisted game thing?
It should be right at the bottom of if you're looking at like they have their little grid of games that are coming out and stuff. It was just like a blue box right at the bottom.
Like the very last. The unannounced new Golden Sun game. What the hell? I don't see that. But that's okay. Shit, I had it and then I lost it. Did they,
Well, I guess never mind.
did they? Okay, this is perfect actually. Has there not been a formal announcement of what Call of Duty is going to be this year? Because I have a
No,
reason for
there
picking it, and it's not just because the last one sucked. The current rumor is that it's going to be a Black Ops 2 sequel.
Oh, it's gonna be set in the Gulf War, I think.
And I nope. without current COD is nope. But I don't know.
I love that for you, Brett.
We'll see. Just a big old nope. I'm so interested to see what comes of that game and if that is true, because holy shit.
It's actually set during the Vietnam War, but if you're ever on the American team in multiplayer, you just lose.
Okay, so this is going to be an interesting nightmare because the game I'm going to pick is a game that I want. It is a game that I am excited for. What I am not excited for, and the reason that it's a nightmare, is because of the inevitable backlash that it's going to get and the months long just discourse surrounding it. If it is anything like its prior title, it's going to be exhausting. It's not going to be fun, and no one is going to come out of it satisfied. But it is a game that I want. Last of Us 3.
Oh man.
Okay.
Last of Us 3. Why are they remaking 2 already or remastering?
Because they're dumb. Because
No.
dumb.
Okay. I want to set something straight. No. I want to set something straight. Them calling it a remaster is dumb. That's not what it is. It's a next gen update. Okay? If you have the game, it's like 10 extra bucks or something, or you can just buy the PS5 version. It is not a remaster.
That is dumb. That is dog shit naming convention.
Yes.
And advertising it like one.
That is not what it is. It is a next gen update with a really cool looking roguelike mode and some like unreleased levels and developer commentary and stuff. It actually looks really cool for what it is. They just should not have named it that at all.
It's really stupid of them.
Very dumb. Anyway. See, it's already started. It's already started.
Last of Us Part 1 is my personal nightmare.
Are they going to re-release it again?
Ryan, how disappointed are you that I own it? How disappointed are you?
I mean, I'm not disappointed because I love The Last of Us 1. I don't see the point.
Money.
Alex, what's your nightmare? Tell us what keeps you awake at night.
My
Not you.
nightmare.
No.
I'm thinking that
Not you.
Oh
Not
my
you.
god, I'm stupid. Fuck. Sorry.
I'm thinking that my nightmare, and it's not on here because like these games already exist. My nightmare, I think, is another Borderlands game.
Oh.
We know it's
that's
coming
fair.
at some point.
Yep.
That's
That's
the
pretty
thing.
fair.
Is like I know that it's coming. Is there? I don't know. Is there a good way I can?
If I could make a slight alteration, another nightmare I have is that Borderlands movie.
Oh,
If I
yeah.
pick movies,
Movie?
I got a lot more.
Yeah,
That's been
really.
stuck in development hell for like 6 years.
Yes.
I'm gonna just call it Borderlands 3. No, wait, we already have a 3. Shit, and I didn't like it. All right, switch that to Borderlands 4. I guess I don't know how to do that, but whatever.
Perfect.
Yeah, I loved Borderlands 2. Borderlands 1's fine. Borderlands 2 is great. Borderlands 3 I couldn't get through, and I just don't want more.
Okay, so for my actual dream, there's a couple things. I'm gonna go with one that is a little bit more realistic, I think, just because I want there to be a chance that this happens. And during Final Fantasy XIV's FanFest, there was a cute little segment where Yoshi P goes on a tangent about the German translation of the latest class. I think he was hinting, and I don't know if this is at all true. I think he was hinting at a Final Fantasy VI remake. And I want that so badly. I want to suplex a train in 3D.
Yeah, please. Come on, my first Final Fantasy game, bring it back.
I
Just
want
let
it
me have an
Make
attention
the
so
span
bad.
characters
again.
good this time, please.
I think even if it was a cute nod to something real, I don't think it's going to come out this year. But I do think that was my biggest want. And I will say, for everyone else, no counterpicking dreams and nightmares. They're not free counterpicks.
Yeah.
So don't go counterpicking any of them. But for Alex, what is your nightmare?
I feel like this is kind of low hanging fruit.
And
Also,
for
in the
reference, if you
meantime,
type in a name, there will be a at the bottom, a select unlisted game. You can use that.
I feel like this is kind of low hanging fruit. But I also, in the meantime, was a stupid little dum dum head and forgot to write it down. So this is my second nightmare option. Because by golly, it just keeps getting worse. Is that the Elder Scrolls 6 comes out and Bethesda hasn't learned anything. And
What
they
a
just
nightmare.
make it worse and make it less moddable somehow than
You know what?
Starfield is.
I kind of was thinking about picking that for my nightmare too.
And hey, I think the reality of the nightmares is because these are all unannounced games, we probably won't see the result of these for a year or two. I don't think any of us are expecting these to come out this year.
No.
So we'll consider these Hail Marys for next year as well. Of if we see one of these happen next year, we'll come up with something fun.
I think of anything that we have here, there might be a Last of Us 3 tease or something, but that's really about it. I
But
think.
it wouldn't come out this year, right? Like, even if they tease it's not going to come out.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
2024
None of these are going to come out. I think we'll get a Last of Us 3 tease, and that's it.
Oh yeah, for the in here the Elder Scrolls 6, 2026 or later. Is that still eligible for selecting for Nightmare?
I will say for
your
Elder
nightmare.
Scrolls 6 is bad. Yes, that's an acceptable nightmare. That game is technically announced, but I don't think any of us would actually consider that an announcement of a game.
Yeah, no,
Absolutely.
that was the.
I mean, they announced it,
that
like,
was
6
a
years ago.
widely. It's like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy quote. The teaser reveal was released in what 2016, 2017,
Yeah.
and it was widely regarded as a bad move by everyone.
Yep. So I'll be moving all these into their correct slots as soon as they're there. So they'll take up the unannounced game slots and not the regular slots. But it's time for counterpicks after you add that, Alex.
It's not allowing me to draft the game because it's the warning. The game is not scheduled to release in 2024. Your league manager can override this.
You can just type in at the top, Elder Scrolls 6 is bad, and then hit the add unlisted game.
Okay. Wait, in the top of
In the search bar. So if you
in
type that in the search bar, there's an add unselected game.
Right. Okay.
And that way we can have a confirmation that that is indeed a nightmare and not a real thing.
But there. Oh my. I'm. Where does it say add unselected? Or
Actually,
search?
I can actually do it for you if you would like me to.
I don't know how to use a computer. Oh, select unlisted game.
Yes, that one. Perfect. Right. Yes, 6 is bad.
It's bad.
Love it. All right. Now, Brett, it's time for your counter pick.
All right. So we got a lot of good choices for counter pick. For a lot of reasons. So I'm kind of torn between a bunch. I don't know if I want to go for the this is probably definitely not coming out and be stuck with even more of those than the ones that I already have. We'll see. I mean, someone's got to do it. Someone's got to do it.
Might as well be.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me that Samoa Joe is in it. He can't save it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I knew
I'm
it was
sorry.
gonna be the first counter pick.
What?
I don't know.
I think you're right, but
Yeah.
also I'm gonna say something super controversial. I think the most recent stuff they've been showing off at that game actually looks like the gameplay could be fun. So like I'm going out on.
I don't want to play Captain Boomerang with a shotgun.
I do want to play Captain.
I want to play with a boomerang.
Well, I guess. Yeah, you're right about that.
A lot of good picks on here.
I'm honestly not worried about being so far back on the counter pick because there's so many good options.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the counter picking right now is tough. We all have some good picks here. This is gonna be tricky because, and here's the thing, I'm gonna pick Metroid Prime 4 just because.
Yeah. Yeah.
But here's the thing, Ryan. Here's the thing. Switch 2 rumors happen every single year. And I just don't pay attention to them because I don't care. When we get something concrete, we'll get something concrete. I could see them releasing a Switch 2 this year and have Metroid Prime 4 as the fucking launch title.
That
Imagine
would be
the kind of
so
the kind of big dick move that would be awesome.
I don't trust current Nintendo to make that happen.
However, I don't think it's going to
Absolutely
happen.
not.
If I was in charge of Nintendo, that's what I would try and do.
I think the most likely scenario is we get an announcement at the end of the year that Metroid Prime 4 will release in 2025. I think that's what's going to happen this year. Is we'll see a trailer.
Because here's the other thing about Prime 4 is that Nintendo doesn't really have a lot of projects like this where they just languish in development hell forever. They're usually pretty efficient when it comes to these kind of
things. Yeah, these ones that we know about.
Studios, like
here's the thing, even with Tears of the Kingdom, they were it was originally supposed to be like Wii U, they pushed it back to Switch. Like even that I feel like hasn't languished as long as Metroid Prime 4 has.
I don't
And it
know.
also hasn't
Breath of the
gotten
Wild was
a
originally, it was like
complete-
a 7-year delay.
Well, and here's the other thing, though. They never completely reset Tears of the Kingdom in a very public way that they have with Metroid Prime 4. I'm worried. I want it, but I'm worried.
I think for Metroid Prime 4, I think that we are like guaranteed that it comes out, and I think it's gonna be good, but I think there's no way in hell it comes out this year.
No.
Yeah,
I don't
that
think
is
so.
my chief concern.
Okay.
All right,
I'm
Alex.
going to make a. See, this is hard for me because some of these games that I'm gonna counterpick, I do actually want to be really good, but I think
Sometimes that's the game.
We
Yeah.
we do
I'm
love
going to
games.
counterpick
It's hard to make someone want to be
Warhammer
bad.
40k Space Marine.
Oh my god.
Really?
Oh.
Oh, that's spicy.
Yes.
That's a spicy
I
one.
think that there is a non-zero chance that that game is totally mediocre.
I counterpicked
What?
that game last year because I thought it would be incredible, and I needed the negative points.
Alex, what
Alex.
are you doing? What are you
I think it looks
doing?
good. I want it to be good, but we've seen so little of it that like I don't know.
That's not entirely true.
Plus they give that Warhammer license out to anybody who wants it. And
Okay. Oh, okay.
who's making that game actually?
Listen, this is your funeral, not
Oh,
mine.
you didn't even know the dev? Okay.
I think it's whoever did the first one, right? Folks?
It's really good.
I
Oh.
played the first one. I liked it.
Oh, Alex, you just talked me out of whatever your thought process was. I think you've
no.
absolutely
Watch him
talked
be
me
right.
down.
Watch
gonna
him
be
be right
right.
after all this.
Insane.
I'm
Listen,
gonna
if
be
he's right, I will happily eat my
Look,
words.
I don't
but
think it's gonna be like a total flop. I think it's gonna be like a 6 out of 10.
Okay. So I'm in a
Wow.
similar position to you, Alex, in that there is one counter pick that I think is a very sensible counter pick, but it could blow up in my face for sure. And there's also ones that I've left Killer Clowns is sitting right there. I mean, it's right there.
Look,
One of
we
the
know
off
I'm gonna
chance the
lose by
game
the
is
picks
good.
I've already made.
But I feel like if I counterpick Killer Clowns, my gamer cred is gone. That's too easy. It's too simple of a pick. I'll let Alex have that if he wants. I
Oh no,
think
I have plans.
I think Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
That was going to be my other
I-
counter.
Yeah, I do agree with you there.
I truly want that game to be good. But I think there is every chance that it, first of all, doesn't release this year. And if it is good, I'll happily eat my mouth or eat my words.
At this point, I'm
I
actually
know.
feeling like if it releases at all, it has to be this year.
like I don't know. I'm in a case where I think Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, I think if it comes out this year, it probably won't score above a 75, and I'm okay with taking that small of a hit, because I think it might end up being a cult classic like the original ones.
I was gonna say, like the original, like
I'd
if
hope
the
so.
Original released, I think we'd lose points on it, even though nowadays people love that game.
Yeah, like I think absolutely. If it comes out, it's gonna be a situation of like, it'll be in that like Fallout 76 situation of being a bad starting point that
I
maybe
was
will
just
get better
playing that
later.
game earlier today. You know what? That game's not bad.
You can have that one too.
It's not bad anymore.
It took me 4 attempts to even get that game to install correctly.
Oh no.
When was that?
Like 2 years ago.
Okay, well, I'm saying now.
Yeah, girl, you guys are such big fans of games making a comeback. I don't see what the problem is here. You guys should be so up for this. Come on.
Oh yeah, for sure. One of you should have made that the punishment.
yeah, really. That would have been smart.
Instead of Gangsta
Maybe
Woman, I
next
should have had to
year.
beat the story of Fallout 76.
Oh my god!
Oh, Jesus.
Can you do that in 2 hours?
Hey, I didn't say there was a 2-hour
Probably.
limit this year. That was on you.
Nah,
My
it's
thoughts-
time
That's
gated.
being nice.
My thought process is if I picked bad Souls likes, that would really crush you guys. But I fucking judged so incorrectly.
You forgot to consider the funny.
You have to make Brett play an open world game.
Now, Alex, I feel
Yeah,
like the
really,
first
that should
question
be-
because
has
it looks
to
like
be:
Iron Pineapple is having a hard time.
are you going to pick Killer Clowns?
I'm not going to pick Killer Clowns. I'm going
Hell
to
yeah, I
pick
could get out of
Senua's
this
Saga
one.
Hellblade 2.
Oh, that's
Oh,
a
yeah,
spicy
that's
one.
I think you're right. Right to counterpick that at least. Both that it might not be good and might not come out.
Okay, so our draft has been completed. So for Alex's knowledge, and I'll ask that let it sit for today. Don't make any bids today.
Yeah.
But you are welcome to start bidding immediately after if you would like, or just like while we're streaming. But as soon as we're done, you are welcome to start making bids if you would like to fill out your list. That's basically you hit on the left sidebar. There'll be a make a bid button, and that lets you pick your other 10 games. You can do that at any point in the year. It does not have to be now. And you will have to bid at least $1 on each of them. You have $100 for the year, so you can bid any amount. They are public once you do them, so you can only bid from Monday through Thursday, and then on the weekend they will be visible here, so we can then see them and put our own bids in. If we would like to kind of compete for games, if a highly acclaimed game, say the new Halo or something came out, we all wanted to bid for the new Halo. We'll see that pop up on the list. You will also have to do the
Would
same
you?
with counterpicks. Very
Boy,
notably, if you
my
let
projected
counterpicks sit,
points.
you will get minus 15 points. There's a
Yep.
warning sign next to all of them. So you want to counterpick something by the end of the year. It's up to you if you want to do that now or let them sit until people have chosen other games and you have other things.
And we
Same
only
rules
get
apply.
3 counterpicks, right? There can't be more counterpicks.
Yes, only 3
No,
counterpicks.
yeah, it's only 3.
It's all what's on the list here. And that's basically it for the rules. After that, I'm going to make a few adjustments to get games in the positions they need to be in. But this is our starting point for the year. And before we close out, I'm going to ask everyone, how are they feeling? Are people happy with the games that they got? Is anyone as mad as I am at Alex for taking Dragon's Dogma 2? I'm going to say, Alex, if you took Dragon's Dogma 2 and lose because you counterpicked Senua's Saga, I'm going to be upset.
I'm gonna laugh.
For what?
I'm gonna laugh so hard.
Squandering
me
the
who has
points
no
that Dragon's
stake in
Dogma
either
2
of
will give
them.
you.
I'm feeling okay. I think I picked too many things that don't have a set release date, which kind of scares me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, these are free picks, so I'm not losing money if I drop them at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm still in shock that Space Marine 2 was counterpicked. I'm still kind of getting over that, I'll be honest with you.
No, I'll say my biggest worry is that the picks that I have, I think a lot of them are very good, but I also think they're all very succinctly in my territory of games, and that I'm going to like them a lot. I don't know if reviewers will like them a lot. Aside from
You know
maybe
what I will
Dawn
say?
That's usually
Trail
my
and Infinite
problem.
Wealth. I think
You-
Dawn
you
Trail
know
and
what
Infinite
I-
Wealth will do really well, but the rest, we'll see.
You know what I will say, Ryan? One of the reasons I didn't pick Plucky Squire right away is that I've noticed a trend where if you have a game that's like a 2D Zelda-esque, they tend to review decently, but not amazing. I think
They tend to
because in the
cap
back
out
of
at like an
every-
85.
Yeah,
How did Tunic do? Oh, 2D
Tunic,
Zelda.
well, Tunic is its own thing, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like those type of like Zelda likes tend to cap out at a certain point, which is why I didn't put it on immediately. It was a very heartfelt pick, which is why it hurts so much.
Mm.
Yep.
I feel like I have a better starting platform than I do most years, but that is mostly just because Final Fantasy VII, the Princess Peach, the Persona 3 Reload are all like set to come out pretty soon. So we'll see. I'll have numbers. I don't know if they will be big.
I am pretty certain I'm gonna lose. So is projected points. But I'm excited that I'm gonna have. I'm certain that I'm gonna have some picks in here that are gonna like just fly under the radar and get me points. You know,
You're in for the surprise game. I see.
killer clowns. If that wins me points, that's gonna be a win. You know.
Yeah.
You automatically win no matter what your end score is. If Killer Clowns gets you positive points, you just win.
Watch, it'll give me like 1.
Yeah. That's
And Squad killed the Justice League. I'll consider it a win if that has positive points too.
Man,
That-
would
that
that be a
gets any points
surprise?
at
I would
all.
be so pissed.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm looking through recent releases, Ryan. They're making a port of Biomutant to the Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
I don't know what to say to that. Don't know what to say to that.
All right, well, I think that's a good point to end on, unless someone has something else to add. We're going to do shout-outs, because this is our regular episode for the week, functionally. So I'm going to ask people, what's your New Year's shout-out?
I'll go. Recently, right at the end of the year, I started playing Dave the Diver, and I really enjoyed the game. And the thing I specifically want to shout out is I don't know if anyone here has played it, but they have these wonderful cutscenes if you're upgrading your various dishes on your menu. Your chef goes through this entire super dramatic cutscene where he's like sharpening a knife and then doing a bunch of crazy cuts and stuff like that, and it's very over the top and it looks great. Or there's cutscenes of like reactions to specific like VIP guests that are eating your food, and they just have this like euphoric reaction to tasting your food, and it's these really adorable cutscenes, and they're fantastic.
Pretty great. Very high up on my list to try. I'll go ahead and give a shout out while other people are thinking. I got to play very few games over the holiday break, just because I only really had my Switch to go with. But I did get to play one thing, because I got my dad for the holidays. I got him a copy of Pokemon Scarlet, because he always plays Pokemon Go, and he just bought a Switch a little while ago.
I did
And
the same thing for my mom.
he
Oh my
very
God.
much liked it. And so I started playing Violet with him, because I have my own copy of Violet that I just never really played. I think it's good. And I just never gave it a chance. Because I was so upset from Sword and Shield. We'll see. I don't know if it's going to keep going up, because it performs terribly. Like, the performance is absolutely
That's
terrible.
the big thing.
But a lot of the systems that are there are very satisfying, and the open world aspect of it works way better than I thought it would. So, yeah, I think it's pretty good, and I'm behind the game on it, but I've been having fun. All right, who's next?
I'll go. My shout out has to do with Willem Dafoe.
Oh no.
I'm scared
Oh,
where this
no.
could go because
There was a recent interview where he was talking about whatever he does in his free time when he's not doing movies. And one of the things that caught my eye is that he has a farm where he gives
Yes.
like animals, whatever. And he talks about hugging an alpaca being better than crack.
He's awesome. He said something about like oh, I just want to give them a better life, which is pretty
Yeah.
naive, but that's the only reason I have them. I'm like, oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Who cares?
That is a
Nothing wrong
great
with
reason
that.
to have a farm.
What a base human being.
nice.
I go next. I have been slowly getting through an anime called Planets, which is just planets but with an extra E in the middle of the T and the S. I don't really know why it's spelled that way, or if that's how it's pronounced, but it's better than Planetes, so that's what I'm going with. And it's very good. It's like so far I would compare it to Cowboy Bebop without killing people, and that's pretty crazy.
Oh.
Because it's very it's slice of life, but in space, and everything is very meaningfully written and stuff. And of course, it's the same writer as Code Geass and Gundam Wish for Mercury. So
Oh my god.
you know it's gonna be something. So I would highly recommend it, and I'm only like 6 episodes in, so that's probably foolish, but we'll see what happens in the next like 20 episodes.
All right. Alex, why don't you close us out for the night?
Okay, well, Brett sort of introed me there. I already got my shout out to Fallout 76 in, because that's what I've been playing recently, because I'm insane. But anyway, so going off what Brett said, I guess my other shout out is just to Gundam and Gundam model kits, because it's been keeping me sane. I've been just watching the show in the background, Zeta and Origin
Hell
mostly, and working on stuff like Hello Kitty MS06S Sharzaku 2, as well as one whose name is literally so long I cannot remember it, but the Zaku from Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin that has the giant axe.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
That's a
Very
good
cool.
kit.
The purple and black one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the Xeon Black TriStar is used or whatever.
Yeah.
All
Shows
right.
up in the intro and I think never again in the show.
Perfect.
Yeah,
That's what you like. All right. Well, that's our kickoff of the Fantasy League. I think this time we will have enough games out early in the year to do a midway check-in once we get to halfway through the year. But we'll see what happens when we all do our punishments from last year and play some terrible Souls-likes and maybe bad Final Fantasies. All right.
Yippee!
I look at you're sighing through the outro. Good energy, Brett.
It's a sigh of I'm like satisfied. I'm excited to.
It's over. Here we go again.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't